at the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology and lead author of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report. He joins us from Mumbai. So, Roxy, to what extent is there evidence that human activity is playing into what is now happening during the monsoon in India?
Thanks for inviting me for this important discussion on TRT. Well, we are seeing the impacts, severe impacts of climate change here in India with the monsoons. But one of the important factors about global warming is that warmer air holds more moisture. So that's the most important point. So, and with global warming, there's more moisture and the warmer air is holding it for a longer time. So as a result, it does not rain for a long time. But when it rains, it dumps all the additional moisture that it has stored all of a sudden. And this is what has happened over here in India and recently in other places like in Europe and China too. And these patterns are changing.
And every day we have this litany of terrible news on the climate front. I think what many people want to know when they see this is it too late for humanity to reverse this trend?
Well, what we are seeing based on observations is that the monsoon patterns have changed and there are now long periods intermittent with short spells of extreme rainfall events. And this has been happening for the last 50 years. It has been a gradual trend, but now we have reached a stage that we don't see moderate rainfalls anymore. We are either seeing droughts or floods. And the important thing with climate change is that carbon dioxide, the emissions that we emit due to industrialization, this carbon dioxide have a long lifespan. And it will stay in the air for several hundreds of years. So whatever damage that has to be done is already done. And there is no going back. But what we can do is to stop it from accelerating further. And for that, we need, the action is beyond the individual's scale now, even a national scale. We need action on a global scale for that carbon emissions to at least flatten so that we don't accelerate these kind of events from happening, increasing further into the future.
To what extent is the Indian government focused on trying to improve the situation and reverse current industrial actions to try to make the situation better?
Well, in paper, there is a climate change action plan, and India is totally committed to curbing the emissions. But like any other country, it is still lagging. For example, there were plans for India had committed big in terms of investing on solar power plants, and India committed up to 100 gigawatts by 2022 or 2023. About 35 gigawatts of solar power renewable resources are already in place, which is a huge commitment or investment based on what we never had in the earlier times. But we need to follow up with those commitments and come up so that we can reduce the emissions in the future.
Okay, Roxy Michael Koll, thank you so much. Roxy Mathew Koll, I should say. Thanks for joining us.